Hello guys, welcome to another review. Today we're looking at the Umidigi A7 Pro. So I'm going to tell you if you should buy this device or whether you should consider buying it if you have the previous Umidigi A5 Pro. So I've not yet seen the device. I'm just going to have the first look. So they have a card, they have a thank you card. I believe you can win giveaways if you scan this on your mobile phone. Then you also get this as the phone. It's pretty longer than Umidigi A5 Pro. It feels more compact and the color is a bit different. So I'm just going to put it aside. Then this is one of the main difference. If you can see from the camera, this is a Type-C charger. On the Umidigi A5 Pro or other phones at this price range, they're usually normal USB type. So, and you get this card. I believe it has a SIM injector pin and more details about the A7 Pro. So yeah, so another thing that I'm pretty happy is that this time they're having a charger which has three sides. Mostly they used to send the two-sided EU charger. So let me just put this at the box. And I'll just peel the phone so that you can see how the screen looks, or you can start looking at the back cover. So the back cover seems a bit different. It has a quad camera, and the light, the flashlight is a bit larger than the previous model. Generally it looks nice. And also it has one additional camera compared to the Umidigi A5 Pro. The last one was pretty glossy. For this, I believe it looks a bit more standard. The other one was like you have different colors on the same screen. So this one, it's a bit colorful, but at least it's more darker. I prefer this design. And the other good thing about this phone is that it has a double-sided glass. So if you feel even the back cover, it feels a bit premium. And one thing that I've noticed is that it has lesser fingerprints compared to the previous model. The previous model, when you just touch it like this, you get some fingerprint, but when you touch this back end, there's something like it's a bit like slidey, so your fingerprint doesn't get there. And also the camera looks nice. So from the side of the phone, it looks to be the same to the previous model. And on the front you get the main features of this device, which is the Helio P23. It has been around for like 3 years. That's one of the, I can say one of the downsides, though it's going to perform still better. So concerning the battery, it has a Type-C port, which is very nice, and it has two places for SIM card. It has a 6.3 Full HD screen with an LTPS display. Also, one point that has improved comparing it to the previous device is the screen resolution. So for this one you're getting 2340, and for this it's almost 4K, because 4K is around somewhere around 3600. So you see it's only 1000 to be 4K. It's more than 2K. So I'm expecting the screen resolution to be a bit high. About the Android, it comes with stock Android 10, which is nice. You might buy a phone nowadays around this price range, but you get Android 9. Okay, so this is the cover, and one thing that I'm happy about is it came with a, I believe this is a glass screen protector, and the nice thing about this is that it covers almost all the screen. Last time when I bought my phone, the glass protector, I bought it from AliExpress, so it was not reaching the whole screen, but for this one I see that it's almost covering the whole screen. So let me just power it if it has charge. By the way, the screen resolution looks nice even though it hasn't displayed anything. Let me just start. So the first thing that I'm seeing in the phone is this resolution. Don't know if you can see it, but the resolution is so good. This is the best resolution I've seen so far in an Umidigi device. So it doesn't even compare with the personal phone that I'm using, which is the A5 Pro. Probably I'm going to change the camera, then I'll show you guys a comparison because it's the one recording this video. So I will just start with maybe YouTube. With YouTube, then we see how the visuals are. Uh, Honestly, you can see the difference. Don't know if you can see by the phone, but there's a really big difference. Let me let me choose one. And the other thing about the audio is the audio feels to be more louder than the previous Umidigi A5 Pro. Okay, can I search for a 4K? So this is how the display is. Trust me, it looks even better when you're looking at it personally. The other good thing about this device is that it has Android 10, so you can choose to have dark theme, which I believe is dark mode. So you see everything from now, I believe should be everything from now is dark. We're just going to test it even on YouTube. So you can see everything now is dark because you have selected dark mode. This will help you to save your battery. The other thing that I haven't talked about is the battery. So this is coming with the same battery with the Umidigi A5 Pro, which is 4150 milliamp hour battery, which is a lot nowadays. But yeah, it's a lot. But you might find other devices like the Umidigi let's say F2 coming at around 5000 or even around that capacity. So generally the phone is fast, at least the first time that I'm using it. We can just look at the camera. I can, because I know how the previous camera performed, so I'm going to test how this one is, then I'll let you know. Maybe just take that photo and we take a look. So it's a bit clear, and probably it will be improved with the software, because Umidigi usually sends when you get a new Umidigi phone, you have to download the software again so that it can becomes better. I'll do that, then I'll let you know. But so far so good. It has a portrait mode, so I believe this one is for capturing maybe small things. Yeah, the portrait mode, I believe it's this macro camera, so you can use it to capture small devices. And for the panorama one, I'm not sure about this, but maybe it might make a difference to you. Then for the night photography, I believe if you use this, it will enable you to take shots at night. And basically that's all for now. Maybe I'll just get the Umidigi A5 Pro, then we'll compare. So the other thing that I've seen is that this device is having slow motion. The previous Umidigi A5 Pro didn't have that feature, so yeah, so the slow motion works, as you can see from here. Then which other feature can we take a look before we finish? So concerning the bands, this phone will come unlocked, so you can get it from in any country. It will be working, mostly in the US. You have different carriers, so it's going to work on all of them. And before we finish, we can talk about the storage of the device. So personally, this one is 64 GB, but I believe you can get it at around 124 GB, which is going to sell at around $160. This one I bought it for around 115 US dollars. So yeah, it's a really nice phone for the price. That's all. Maybe I'll just take a look at the charger. I'll tell you if it charges. I believe the charging rate will be the same as the Umidigi A5 Pro, which is 10 watts charging. So that is usually fast charging compared to, let's say, a previous iPhone, like the iPhone 11 or the previous iPhone X. So they used to charge at around 5 watts, which is pretty low. So this one charges at double their rate because they're using a lightning cable. Okay, so that's all for now. Let me use the phone, then I'll tell you more about it. The difference between the two phones. This is the A5 Pro and this is the A7 Pro. So if you look closely, you'll see that this one is a bit more brighter. It's also more faster, I believe, and we're just going to test it with a YouTube video. Maybe just go to YouTube. Yeah, so even from now I can see this one looks a bit more better.
Last one on Elon, Neuralink will show the matrix in the matrix.
Okay, so even the mic, let me try to put them at almost the same.
Have covered the Neuralink thing.
At the same volume. You'll see that this one is more audible. The mic in this phone is also better than the previous one.
So we have covered the Neuralink thing. It's very futuristic. Very futuristic.
Yeah, apart from the audio, we can look at the video. Maybe I'll remove the audio to maybe 0, then we'll spot the difference. Let me know which one you think is more clear. This one is the A7 Pro, this one is the i5 Pro. So as per now, I think this one is more clear by a bit more clear than the A5 Pro. But that comes to the question I asked you earlier. So if you own this previous device, should you get the A7 Pro? Personally, I don't think it's worth it because they're having the same processor, the same RAM. The difference comes in the resolution. The A7 Pro is more better, but as for the other features, I think they're all same. For me, if you are owning a previous A5 Pro, I'd recommend you get the Umidigi A5 if possible, because it's only $40 more and you'll be able to get maybe a better processor. The new Android 10 that will also be there, and mostly more features, because it's also going to have I believe more RAM. So that's something to consider. But personally, the A7 Pro is really nice and I think it's a good phone. If you can see the resolution, it's really nice. You don't get 1080p in most phones at this price range. So is this phone worth it? Yeah, it's worth it if maybe you haven't owned the Umidigi A5 Pro. It's a really nice phone because it has 4 GB of RAM, a big storage. You can choose between 64 GB and 128 GB, and it's really fast. There is no lag when opening apps. So that's the difference. Let me know what you think. These are the two phones, A7 Pro and the A5 Pro. Now I'll be ending the video, and have a nice day. Make sure you like and subscribe.